It's Monday, just after midday. I'm here with Wanderers manager Marc White for a start of the week catch up.
Yeah.
Before we head up to York tomorrow, Mark. So, okay, let's first of all just look back at the game at the weekend. Obviously, FC Halifax came to Meadowbank, and we lost the game 3-1 at home. See, day or so has passed since. What's your thoughts on it now?
A bit deja vu really to the week before. Dominant performance, 60-odd% possession again. Just a little bit. I've got to say what you see really. I thought we had, watching it back, we had sort of more bad luck than we'd done things wrong. First goal was offside. I think we denied minimum one penalty, probably two. Tom Blair has one cleared off the line in miraculous fashion. 5 minutes into the second half, and yeah, it just felt like rubber to green didn't go with us maybe for the sort of second week running, to be quite frank. Couple of things we could have done better, but I think in the main, if you take the disappointment out of it, take the emotion out of it, and you just look at the facts of the stats and stuff, we performed okay. Strategically, we didn't get our back line right in terms of the way we set up for that particular game. I think that's the ownership part that I'd have to take there. And I thought our midfield potentially not quite on top of their jaws like they have been. But more bad luck than you can shake a stick at in that particular game, I thought, to be honest with you. I thought it was on the wrong side of some disappointing refereeing decisions, not for the first time this season. But ultimately, we don't blame the referee, or we can't, look at the lad who heads it off the line, or the penalties, or the offside first goal. It's football, and if you score less than the opposition, they win, and you hope that it evens itself out across the season, and you move forward. I thought Halifax were really well organised. I think credit to Chris, he's done a great job. The youngsters he brings in, we're probably a little bit naive trying to defend them man for man when we didn't really need to, and probably that was our demise really if we look at that game. So that's where we are, but frustrating, but that's football at this level.
Yeah, indeed, and obviously the good news is the games come thick and fast, and obviously you want to gain quickly after a game like that, don't you? Because you want the opportunity to get back out there with the lads, and obviously tomorrow night we're off to York, and at the moment the weather's looking good, and hopefully it'll go to plan.
Yeah, I mean, look, listen, I mean, I really like York as a club. Their new setup's magnificent. I really appreciate the fact they've got an owner that's come in and put his money where his mouth is, and football needs people like Matt that's going to put their hard-earned money in and try and take the club and the city forward. And we had such a great time up there last year. We stayed up there a few nights actually. It's an amazing little place. One of the most enjoyable, I think, in the league, and the fans seem relatively decent people. We were disappointed to be at the wrong end of the calling off last time, but I made the comment being a shambles, and it was a shambles obviously because the pitch was frozen, but that was directed at the people that run the ground, not York. It's a management company that put constraints on them. So, and then Matt's obviously done the right thing and gone out there and showed a bit of integrity and said, yeah, to be fair, that's not ideal, and I think they're doing half price for our fans, I believe.
That's right,
as part of that. So yeah, no, listen, and on top of all of that, Neil is in charge, and I've known Neil, I'm going to show my age here, but I've known Neil 30 years, based on the fact that he was at Wimbledon and he played with my friends at Wimbledon when he was a kid. So I've got a sort of lifelong, if you like, relationship in terms of, in that detached way you do with Neil, and we've come to talk more as he's as he's in our division, and he's a great manager. He managed my club, Wimbledon, for many years. I don't think I've ever recovered really from when Neil left. Done brilliant at Solihull, and now he's there to sort of steer a big ship with big expectation, and he's finding out, like the rest of us, it's a tough old gig, right? I mean, let's talk about it, you know. Last year saw Yeovil, Torquay, Scunthorpe, Maidstone, 4 full-time teams all get relegated with high-class managers, decent budgets. This year we look at our division, how competitive it is. You could win your games in hand and be mid-table. You've got size changing their management teams all the time, bringing in players. It is so impressively competitive. And obviously it's interesting to be part of. And obviously Neil's in that, like another 12 clubs in that position where you win one game and people go, oh, blimey, you're 5 points from the playoffs. You lose 2, you're like, oh, blimey, you're in a relegation zone. And that is just this league this year. It's so competitive, and it shouldn't be underestimated how competitive. I said at the time, I'll say it again, our 16th place last year, our first season, doing evenings, part-time, budget, etc. That was an impressive finish last year, and it just shows the magnitude of what we pulled together last season. We'd definitely be underperforming this year compared to where we'd like to be with the squad of players we've got, but we are still part-time. We have had a half a season at least of really bad injury issues. And we are one of 12 clubs that would want to worry. That's the bottom line. I mean, you can't look at it game by game and go, oh, you should worry today, or that's a big game. There's 15 games to go, 15, and there's about 12 clubs within, a small couple of wins or losses from being in the same position they were the week before. It's not even worth thinking about. It's obviously a situation where you just have to concern yourself with where you are, and I'm sure Neil will be doing the same, and that's what we'll be doing. And we've got some big old games coming up in the context of the season, some tough away trips. It's just almost like, I'm a bit perverse like that, I look at it and think, blimey, they're doing well, we've got to go away there now. You look at Kidderminster, you look at the straight wins, and it don't get any easier, mate. But that is this division, that's what you sign up for. It's a streak above the division below, frankly. And it's competitive, and I think everyone who understands football knows that. So, looking forward to going to York is the bottom line. Looking forward to meeting Matt and then seeing some of their fans from last year. And our boys are looking forward to it as well. We've got a team of winners. The clubs I just named last year, we put a lot of clubs to the sword last year. A lot of good managers, we sent them down. A lot of clubs in between that relegation zone and us that have been in that league 80 odd years, right? We've got pedigree, right? We know how to win. Write us off, absolute peril. And that's the mindset of our boys. And that's before you look at the facts of our away form. It means nothing tomorrow. We might get beat 3-4-0. It's not season defining. When you've got a fag paper between 12 teams, to be quite frank with you, the next 5 games ain't defining, right? To be quite honest with you, let alone tomorrow. You'd love to win, but more importantly, can we just put in a performance to build on, keep a clean sheet, take something from the game, and actually follow suit with our really impressive away form, because it has been great all season, and we'll be looking to tap into that tomorrow.
Okay, just sticking with York, we have got a coach going tomorrow. It's half term, so I know that there's a few people that, when we announced it, said brilliant, it's half term, I can leave earlier and get up there. So only £25 return, so very, very good value for a return seat to York. Yeah. Visit dwft.co.uk. If you can manage it, please come up, get behind the boys. Let's create a good atmosphere and get right behind them. Absolutely.
Please. So that'd be great, and obviously the fans play a massive part in our success and the journey. It's our journey, isn't it? It's our journey, nobody else's. Yeah. We know where we are as a team. We know that we shouldn't even be in the National League. Let's face it, you know, we're not even ready from an infrastructure point of view. So our fans, I know, appreciate the fact to be playing a club like York City, and all these clubs we play is phenomenal for a club in a town like Dorking. So we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just finally, Mark, the club announced yesterday that the departure of Ross McNeely, first team coach. Can you just tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah. So Ross is off to pastures new, and Ross obviously was Aldershot caretaker manager, and then at short notice came in upon Beardy's prompt departure. Remember, Beardo got offered the Eastbourne job. We didn't want to stand in his way. Ross came in, helped us transition really quickly to the mornings. Came at short notice. Ross always intended, you know, to follow the management footsteps that he's built up at Aldershot. I mean, way beyond looking after the first team on a caretaker basis. He's been in charge of the academy, which had a great deal of success. So Ross is off to get his managerial stripes, and that's what he's doing. Obviously, we wish him all the best, and he's a real top man who operates with integrity. And yeah, we move forward. Obviously, everyone's always welcome back at the Wanderers, and Ross is no different to anybody else in that respect. So yeah, we wish him well in the future. And from our point of view, James Edmonds, Tom Duke, Carl Downs will be overseeing the coaching, and we'll be having a bit of a reboot of our strategy there. Be a few things we're changing, using this moment to kind of review what we're doing, how we're doing it. If we get any time to coach, that is because we are basically 2 games a week for as long as the eye can see. So it means we'll be having 1 training session a week for a long time. So, but that's where we are. So yeah, we wish Ross the best, all the best.
Okay. All right, mate. Well, Mark, on that note, I'll leave you be. So, all the best at York tomorrow, and we'll catch up again on Friday before our game at Kidderminster on Saturday.
Yes.